Welcome to clinical yoga. This practice is called the Luce. Let's close the eyes, turn the palms up to the sky or the ceiling, and drawing back the chin, pulling in the belly. So your lower belly is strong, but you're breathing into the upper belly. Alright, so opening the eyes, let's take an inhale, take the arms overhead, really feeling it in the upper back, arms reaching, let's hold here, drop the chin, feel the upper back and the lower belly switching on, long breaths. So dropping the left hand down and reaching long out to the right waist. And to the other side, so a little bit of pressure onto the floor or the mat as you open up the side of the body. And then taking the left hand on the right knee and drawing back the shoulder and taking the twist. Okay, and to the other side. So left hand on the right knee, drawing the shoulder back, pulling in the belly. And big breaths. Let's come to the center and we'll come onto all fours. So palms lovely and open. Want to get a stretch in the palm. And then exhale, drop the head down. Let the lower back come up. The pelvis tucks under, so the tailbone tucks down. And then staying in the same position, but just letting the back drop down and the bones you sit on stick up in the air, taking the shoulders away from the ears, but keeping a really firm tummy underneath. And then round up again. Exhale, push the mat away. And then inhale again, let the back drop down. Let's put the hips back onto the heels and really reach the arms away now. Let the head come down. Big breaths into the belly. Let's come forward. Shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the toes under and make a plank shape, like a press-up shape. And then soften the knees and push the hips high. So the knees may be bent, that's fine. Try and get the body as long and straight as you can. And then driving the knees back to try and get the heels towards the mat. Let's push down through the right heel and the left heel and the right heel. And then let's turn that into a tiptoe forward. So tiptoe forwards. Coming to the front of the mat, just lift the chest slightly, feel the body flatten down over the thighs, holding the elbows and letting the head drop. And then when you're ready, let's slowly uncurl. And taking the arms high, inhale. And let's just stand here, pulling back the belly, letting the shoulders drop down. And then taking the arms down, take the hands behind. Keep the hips over the heels, draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale. And let's take a sun salutation. So the arms come high, inhale. And then we're going to bend the knees slightly as we bend at the hip. Keep the chest as high as you can and round down over the thighs. Don't worry if you can't come too far down. Then inhale, pull the fingertips back. You're trying to get the back flat here. Hands down. Let's step back into plank. And we'll pop the knees down and the elbows stay close to the body. Exhale. And then the body's on the mat. And there's a feeling that the hands pull back, the shoulders drop down, and there's a lot of work in the upper back. And then push into the hands, come onto all fours, tuck the toes under, and let's go back into our downward dog. So again, we're trying to get that nice V shape, but the most important thing is that between the hands and the sit bones is long and straight. If the knees are a little bit bent, that's fine. We then gently try and squeeze the knees back to lengthen the back of the legs. Okay, so let's move into plank and step forward with the left foot or tiptoe, whichever is available to you. So taking it forward, maybe you're going to tiptoe the rest of the way. Pull the fingertips back, inhale, draw the chin in. Exhale, fold yourself forward, back of the neck takes a stretch. And then a long body, push the feet into the mat and up we go again. And let's take another one. So exhale, fold. So round, 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 head comes down. Don't forget to stretch the back of the neck. Fingertips pull back, inhale, the back flattens. That's a big inhale now. Then we step back into plank. So either putting your knees down or staying nice and flat here to lower. Elbows stay close to the body as we lower down. And then a feeling the feet turn so that the top of the foot is on the mat and the shoulders pull back and down in a big inhale. And then pushing into the hands, tuck the toes under, and back we go into downward dog. So broadening the shoulders, holding in the belly, and nice long breaths. Okay, let's look between the hands again, come into a sort of plank shape and bring the right foot as far as you can, and then just tiptoe the rest of the way. Pull the fingertips back, inhale, exhale, fold, back of the neck again takes a stretch, and then a nice long body inhale to come up. Okay, so we're going to take a warrior one. So we step back with the right foot. Now make sure it doesn't go behind the left, not too far back, keeping the hips facing forward. And let's inhale, driving that right heel down, and gentle breaths. Let's take the arms down now and draw the shoulder blades together and take a humble warrior. We're going to just come to the halfway so the back is long and flat. Try not to let the back round. Keep it long and straight. Bow here and let the head bow. Big breaths, holding in the belly. You can draw your shoulder blades together that little bit extra here. Long breaths. And then pushing hard into the left foot, you come up with a nice straight back. Great, let's step forward. Inhale. Let's go back with the left. So right foot forward, left foot back. Push the heel down. Lift the chest. Feel the belly draw back. And then let the breath settle. So calming the breath. Okay, let's take the arms behind, draw the shoulder blades together, long flat back, and down we go. So bending into your humble warrior, then the head bows, but we keep that long straight back. We maybe draw the shoulders together behind us a little bit more strongly, holding in the lower belly, breathe. Okay, and inhale, let's come up And step forward, and we'll take another slow sun salutation. Inhale. Exhale, fold. So even the back of the neck takes the stretch. Get to the edge of the movement. Pull the fingertips back. Inhale. Hands go down. Step back into plank. If you can keep the plank, that would be great. Otherwise, put the knees down. Then exhale. Coming onto the mat, draw the shoulder blades back and down. Belly strong. So feel it's the breastbone lifting up and forward. And then pushing into the hands, tuck the toes under, and let's go back into downward dog. So nice broad shoulders, lower belly is strong. Okay, so we're going to step forward with the right foot. So we come forward into a plank. Take the right foot as far as you can. Join with the left. Maybe tiptoe the rest of the way. Pull the fingertips back. Inhale. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, round. The back of the neck takes a stretch. And then a long body inhale to come up. Okay, so we're going to take a warrior two. So we'll take the right foot back first. So nice and long. Arms are about the height of the shoulders, and the knee widens. And just a slight tuck down of the tailbone. So nice drawing back of the chin. Long breath. We're going to take the side angle by putting the forearm onto the kneecap. And we turn the right palm down to the floor. And we reach as far and as long as we can between the right foot and the right hand. So try not to bend forward. You're trying to lift up the chest and push the right foot away from the right hand. Big breaths. And then come up. If you can, we'll stay here in Warrior Two for a second. Pop the right hand behind. Try to reach through. Keep that right shoulder back. Lift the left arm up and take our Goddess Warrior. So left arm up, opening that side, tucking the tailbone down, turning the little finger in. Breathe. And arm down. Well done. Okay, let's step forward. And take an inhale. And we'll step back with the left foot. So a nice long Warrior Two if you can. You're going to feel a stretch in the groin, opening the right knee. The arch will lift. The arms are long, looking down your right arm. And long breaths. All right, we're going to take that side angle. So the forearm goes all the way to the kneecap. Then the body will be long and straight as the left arm comes over and the palm turns to the floor. And then we get a pulling in of the belly, a slight tucking of the bottom. So the tailbone tucks down, but the chest lifts. And nice slow breaths, trying to calm the breath in the stressful posture. Okay, push hard into that right foot. Let's take the left hand behind and reach the right arm up to take our Goddess Warrior. So again, the tailbone tucks down and the arm reaches up. Big breaths. Okay, so this time we're going to turn the right foot in and take our inner thigh stretch. So hands onto the crests of the hip, and we bend with the back straight. So you're going to get a big stretch in the inside of the thighs and the back of the legs. And you're trying to get a little bit lower. So don't round the back. Try to keep the back straight and then bend right deep in the crease of the hip. That will get an extra stretch. And then maybe you can let go and let the back relax and take some nice long breaths. So your hands or forearms are on the mat. And put the hands sort of in line with the feet. Big stretch here. Push the outsides of the feet into the mat. And then slowly, let's bring the hands forward. Okay, let's bend the knees. Push hard into the feet. And we're going to just turn the heels in. So the feet are now facing out in a sort of V shape. We take the knees as wide as we can. And we're sitting the hips backwards slightly. So not knee forwards, hips slightly back. And then let's take the hands up above the elbows. Elbows are shoulder height. And take our little cactus. So the knees open as wide as they can. And the arms are high. Nice long breaths. Tight in the lower belly. Breathe. And release. Well done. Okay, let's step to the front of the mat. Take a final sun salutation. Inhale. And exhale. Fold. Rounding down. Head comes down. Fingertips pull back. Inhale. Hands go down. Stepping back into plank. Okay. So again, if you can keep the knees off the floor, it's good practice. We're going to try and get the nose to head down first. Then the body goes down. And then we draw the shoulder blades back. Feel the upper back working here. Don't just push the arms. The arms work a little bit, but more in a pulling back feeling. And then pushing into the hands. Tuck the toes under. Take downward dog. A very active posture. You're pushing back as far as you can from the hands to the sit bones, that long line. And then let's put the knees down and take child's pose. Hips back onto the heels, arms reach away. Big breath into the belly. And then coming onto the knees, so we're coming into high kneeling. We're going to just try and tuck under the bottom a little bit. So tuck the tailbone down so you'll feel a stretch in the front of the thighs. Bring the hands to prayer. And then taking the right foot forward. So have the knee with the ankle slightly in front of the knee so the shin slopes away. Then you can bring the weight forward so the knee is now over the ankle, but we've still got this strength in the belly as we then take the arms overhead. So tummy's working hard, upper back working hard, and really lifting. Okay, and then the hands come down so that they're in line with the foot. You're on the fingertips. Okay, so now we're going to drop this left hip further forward and the chest lifts up slightly. So you're trying to create a straight line from the back of the head to the back of the knee. So you've got a nice long line. Stay on the fingertips if you can. If you come down here, we tend to just sort of collapse. It's still a stretch, but if you can stay on the fingertips, feel the chest lift. So you've got a deep stretch, maybe in the right inner thigh, but in the front of the left hip. And breathe. Those shortened hips from all the sitting that we do. Okay, let's come back. And inhale again. Tucking the bottom under and coming to prayer. Let's take the left foot forward. So again, the shin slopes away. Take it far enough forward. so that then as you bring the weight forward, the knee is now over the ankle, you can take your arms up. You're reaching for the ceiling. Don't collapse here. Keep some strength in the front of the right hip. Feel yourself lifting in the upper back and very strong across the belly. So a nice long breath. And then the hands come down. Again, they're in line with the left foot, but on the inside of it. And feel the back flatten. The chin draws in. And a real feeling of stretch in the front of that right hip. So feel your chin drawing in. Long breaths. Okay, let's come back. Knee down. Let's come back into downward dog. Push the hips high. Holding in the lower belly. Let's look between the hands. This time the left foot comes forward. Join with the right. Maybe you have to tiptoe the rest of the way. That's fine. Inhale. Flatten the back. Exhale. Fold. And inhale, coming all the way to the top. Great. So we're going to take one standing posture. I'm going to show you from the side. So instead of tree, we're going to lift the right arm and be as long and straight as we can. And then we're going to lift the left knee and hold the left knee as high as you possibly can as you keep your right side as straight as you can. So it's all about the right side being straight and lifting that left knee. So don't let that right knee buckle. Try to keep it as strong and straight as you can. And bend your left elbow and draw that knee in. And keep the right side nice and straight. So you're going to feel your right bottom working hard. Okay, and down. On the other side, we're going to lift the left. If you need a wall to put a finger on, that's fine. Or the left arm up. So let's lift the right knee and holding high. So you're trying to get it as high as you can. Lift the arm and breathe. So feeling your left bottom working really hard. Feel the upper back working. Bend your right elbow and bring that knee as high as you possibly can, even using your tummy muscles. Okay, and down. Well done. All right, so big inhale. And let's go down onto the mat. So if you can, we'll keep the arms high and we'll just come down one knee at a time. Great. I'm going to swing the legs forward, down the mat, and lying on the back, we'll just take a bridge. So the same feeling of opening up the front of the hips. So palms face the ceiling. Wriggle your shoulder blades underneath you. You want your feet sort of under the knees. And then the lower back flattens first. You lift up the hips. So now the lower back is down and the bottom is off the mat. And then you start to rise up, making sure that it's the legs doing most of the work. So squeeze in the bottom. Let your chin drop down to stretch the back of the neck. And taking some big breaths. So very strong in the bottom and the thighs. Long breaths. And then feel the back going down first. So roll it down. And one more. Roll the lower back down. Press it into the mat. Lift up. And letting the chin drop down. Shoulder blades together and pushing up. Big breaths. And lowering again. All right, let's put the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop apart and take the arms overhead. So we call this butterfly. And I want you to take some big breaths into that space in the belly. All right, let's just take a rotation. So we're going to bring the knees over the chest. If you can, get them over the belly, really. Take the arms into a V shape, so a little bit further apart than straight overhead. And then take the knees to the right. So you can put the feet down. Find a comfortable spot there. Sometimes you might want to put your feet on a bolster. You're trying to keep the left shoulder down. You can maybe put your right hand on the outside of your left knee and take that twist a little bit deeper. So we're opening up the whole front of the left shoulder. And to the other side. So we take the knees over. And the right arm is stretching. You put your left hand on the outside of your right knee now and keep your right shoulder down. Reach the arm away. Make it active. So you're not just letting it hang there. You're actually trying to take the shoulder back. That's going to stretch the front of the chest. Okay, and knees up. If you want to take Shavasana, that's fine. I'm going to come up into sitting meditation, so I'm going to roll onto the right side, but please stay in Shavasana if you prefer. So if you're coming up into sitting cross-legged, maybe you've got your block back if you need one to sit comfortably. The palms face the sky or the ceiling. The chin draws in. Just following your breath. All right, so opening the eyes. To finish, we'll just take the arms overhead. Inhale. Feel that chest opening after the stretching. And exhale. Namaste. See you tomorrow.